this is your first fight back since 2019 due to multiple reasons. I have to imagine you're ecstatic to be back. And, you're always a very positive guy, and we've seen you grow up in the sport. In those times where you were out, were you actively watching MMA, itching to get back in there, or was it a bit too difficult to kind of watch at first?
No, absolutely. So, yeah, right afterwards, I know it's been like a little over 3 years since I fought last. Because obviously I had my injury. It took like a year to kind of like get all healed up and ready to fight for that. And then after that, I was in a full-blown training camp, trained to fight the scheduled bout versus Shinya Aoki. And you probably already know all the details, but yeah, since then I've been training full-time, watching all the fights pretty much and keeping track of all the fighters. So definitely, I grew up in martial arts, so I keep up with the sport for sure all the time.
I love to hear it. It's been so long. I'm sure you know this. Like, you've been very missed in the sport. Have you been envisioning what it's going to feel like making that walk back to the cage?
Absolutely. One of the biggest things I've been envisioning too is getting a fight for one championship in the U.S. They've been talking about it for quite a while now, and COVID kind of slowed down those plans. But to be on the first U.S. card, I couldn't be more excited. And I'm actually in here in Colorado right now where the fight's going to be. So I'm getting more pumped up as we're speaking, as I'm here today.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. And I imagine we're gonna see a brand new Sage in the cage. It's been a while, knowing that we're gonna see this elevated version of you come May. Do you think that there's gonna be any hesitation there? Like, could we possibly see like an even more well-rounded, calculated, composed Sage?
Yeah, I think so. So coming before my first fight with one championship, I was obviously coming from the UFC, and I had my last 3 fights in the UFC. I was on a 3-fight winning streak. So I signed with one. Obviously, my first fight didn't go as I would have liked, but I'm really looking forward to showing all the hard work, all the training that I've been putting in consistently to be able to have that payoff for this fight and make one championship proud.
Yeah, and you alluded to this earlier. One championship has grown, especially over the 3-4 years that you've been away. And they seem to be taking over new platforms, and they're going to be exposing you to all that, their insanely large market. Does part of you think of what your career could have been should you have been able to remain active?
Oh, absolutely. I would have loved to remain active. That's the big thing I've been thinking about, too, is obviously I'm focused on this fight right now, May 5th, in Colorado. First U.S. card for one championship. But after that, I would like to have a couple more fights this year. I'd like to stay super active. And definitely, I'm so young, just being 26, that I have a very bright future, a big future ahead for what I hope to be able to accomplish.
Absolutely. And now that you're back, it seems like one is really marketing you full force. If you don't mind me asking, what are some of your goals in this organization? Like, do you plan to be one of those people that really help one establish their footing in the United States? Do you want the belt? Or is the money really the driving force right now at this point in your career? Because in some ways, it kind of seems like you're re-debuting all over again.
Right, it does feel kind of like that. Like I was saying, I was coming off a 3-fight winning streak before signing with one, and I signed with one, and obviously my first fight didn't go as planned. But for me, I would like to let one championship be happy with what they signed, and I've been training super hard, putting in the work. So I'd like to be able to display all the hard work that I've been putting in. And talking about future goals, one championship, what makes it so different is they're not just MMA, like other like the UFC or other organizations. They have MMA, kickboxing, Muay Thai, submission grappling, and that's what's huge. So, and about what you said about fighting and getting their foot established in the U.S., I'm thankful I'm able to fight on this card in the U.S., the first U.S. card, and I've been waiting and looking forward to this. I also think having U.S. fighters is something great for one championship because they're the largest mixed martial arts organization in the world. They have over 170 countries, and now coming to the U.S. it's gonna be massive. So having the U.S. Fighters with U.S. fans tuning in is definitely gonna be a help for sure.
I love to hear it. And of course, you are fighting here in Colorado. You're here now. You said you're getting pumped for it. Obviously, fighting at high altitude has its well-known complications. Are you coming out early for the fight? What's kind of the plan there come May 5th?
I don't know exactly how early yet. It might be a week early. Could be 2 weeks. Probably a week early. But I've been taking that into consideration. I went up to Tahoe just like 2 days ago, right before coming out here to Colorado, and Tahoe's got an elevation 1,000 feet higher just at the South Lake than Denver does, because Denver's a mile high. I looked up, so definitely gonna take that into consideration and make sure that I come in with fantastic cardio.